So what are we doing today? Well, we're going to be checking out another LS. This is an LS MT473. Stick with us. So the LS MT473 is a new tractor for LS this year, and it's got some interesting changes and features of it. It reminds me a lot of my 573. We're going to get into some of the details real quick, so let's get started on this thing. So what are some of the things about this tractor that are different? Well, it sports that new paint job, that new color, a little darker blue with these silver rims. It is at what they consider a deep sky blue. Supposedly the cab has been redesigned and is now a little bit larger. This cab is supposed to have about 15% more interior room, I believe, over the 468. There are 4 different tire options for this tractor. The tire options on this tractor is a standard R1 or a upgraded or a larger R1 tire, and then it has a industrial R4s as well as R14s. Now this tractor came in with R14s on it. I think it looks pretty good with these R14s sitting on it. Adjustable rims. I don't see that this one is adjustable. The back one is. I do see that. It looks like you can flip this rim, so it will go out a little bit. So let's jump under the hood of this thing real quick. Let's see what motor's in this thing. That hood slants a pretty good ways down. It has a little bit more aggressive grille in it. LS logo right there in the grill guard. It's actually a very nice looking tractor. Let's open the hood real quick. So it looks like you have your battery up front, your air box right here. It looks like you can pull out your condenser coil and clean it. Your oil coolers. I can't tell you for sure if you can remove those to clean it or not. It does, at this point, it does not look like it can. The screen can be pulled out before the radiator, but it looks like there's quite a bit of room. There's quite a bit of room between here, and that's interesting. They've got a little more room here than what I've seen before. You can pull this condenser out of your way. You can get in here with an airbrush and blow those condenser, that oil cooler and that transmission cooler out. And you have your radiator here and so forth. That all looks really good. There's your hood design. It is a steel hood. This here has got a metal reinforcement here for your hood latch. I like that. It's got, it's got a metal hood. It's reinforced across here with the struts. That's all good. Now here's the interesting point. This is on the LS MT4 frame. This is the same motor that they use in the LS MT5. It's an L4C25T. This is an LS Imtron motor. Developed 73 horsepower and 62.9 horsepower at the PTO. It is 152.85 cubic inches. Looks like right down here is where your fuel filter's at. Here's your oil fill. Here's your dipstick, checking your oil. Looks like a high. And right there's your power. I think that might be your power shuttle filter. I'm not real sure. There's your hydraulic filter. There's your valves for your loader. There's your oil filter. That's going to be on the passenger side. Front axles look pretty hefty here. You have your checkpoint, looks like a dipstick right here for your front differential. That's what it is. So the transmission in this LS MT473 is a 16-speed transmission. There's 4 ranges and 4 speeds, giving it a total of 16 speeds. Now it is a synchro, this particular one is a synchro shuttle, and it comes with a 540, a 540E on your PTO. Let's go to the back of the tractor and check that out. It does come standard with 2 remotes. Let's see here. And here's your draft control, your center link. It does have the screw style stabilizer bars on it. It has the adjustable link arms. It is a category 2. The lift capacity, 24 inches back on this tractor, is 3,483 pounds. The loader number is an LL5001. They did change the colors up. You know, it's got all that black highlights and trim looking stuff to it. It looks pretty nice. I mean, it's a good looking loader. This loader uses a 2-position system here. So in one position, it's going to be a little bit different than in the other. So you can pull this pin and this hydraulic cylinder can drop into another location. Now, with that said, that's considered a height position and a power position. The maximum height on this loader in its height position is 132.9 inches. Now, that's with your pin in the lower, and I believe in the upper slot here. If you go to the lower slot here, this loader has a maximum height position of 116.8 inches. Now, it's not a whole lot of difference here on lift capacity though. In your height position, it's 3,426 pounds at the pin. It's 3,426 at the pin, and in the power position, it's 3,488 pounds. So it is a self-leveling loader. They've done a pretty good job on the loader. It looks like it's fairly heavy-duty frame on it. They didn't skimp on this loader at all. So it's a good-looking loader. Now the only thing, this trim piece right here, it looks nice on here, but it's plastic. Now there are your steel bar. It's underneath it for your self-leveling portion of the loader. That all looks good. It's a decent looking loader, it really is. We're going to talk about this bucket for just a minute because LS stepped up their game here. They've got this is a better skid steer attachment than what they had before on some of their other tractors that I've looked at. Much heavier bucket. I can see that right away. That bucket looks a whole lot better than the buckets I've seen in the past. So it looks like it's a little deeper, but it may be because the edges are flat on it. Like I say, this is a 78-inch bucket. It looks a lot heavier duty than some of the buckets that I've seen on some of their other units. This is not bad. This is a decent looking bucket. All right, let's take a moment. Let's jump up in the cab on this thing and let's take a quick look around. So it has your 4-range transmission, your 540E PTO, a couple of storage compartments here on the side. It has this little section right here. It says no setting. So it looks like it almost looks like it's a seat, but it says no setting on it. You have your hazard lights, your front grille lights, and then your DPF control right here. You have your forward and reverse shuttle right here. Clutch, parking brake. And then you have a friction control here for your steering, for adjustable steering, so that can be positioned anywhere you want it. You have your headlight controls, blinkers. Floor right here, you have your 4-wheel drive control. Just a handle that you pull up on, put in 4-wheel drive. And then you have your 3-point lowering speed, as well as your differential lock. The seat again is just a suspension seat with your adjustments there. It's not cloth. It's made out of a vinyl. Looks like you have your position control, your draft control. We're going to work from the back to the front. You have your PTO switch here. It's a turn, push. You have two remote valves here, your throttle control, and then your joystick for your loader with your float and so forth. And then it has the integrated system here for your third function. This is a 4-speed transmission. But what I really like is they put a D-clutch button on it. The 468s did not have a D-clutch button. Location here for something else. I don't know what would go there right off the top of my head. You have a 12-volt socket there, more storage areas. This is a 6-post cab, so you have, looks like you have some locations here for your lights, windshield wipers. There's a calibration button there, and then you have this one right here is to adjust the engagement to your shuttle shift. We're going to talk about this button right now. So one of the things they did change is this button right here that we just looked at. This button is a brake to neutral button. So you would have to, with it off, it operates normally like it normally would. You step on the brakes, the motor doesn't slow down, it doesn't stop, it doesn't do anything. You push this or you engage this button and you step on the brakes, the tractor will go just as if you push the clutch in, and it will stop, and you can hold the brakes. When you release the brakes, it will take off again. Let's look around up here real quick. There's no radio on this tractor. Looks like it has a couple of vents over here on this side. You have a defrost vent up here in the front of the tractor. Air conditioning controls right here. A couple more vents over here, and your intake vent back here in the back. It looks like it has some spots for speakers. I don't know if the speakers are in here, but it does not have a radio in it at all. So, oh well. And then a dome light. All right, let's take this thing for a ride. Let's get it started up, let you see the dash, and then we'll just drive it around for just a minute, and then I'm going to park it. Nice dash. Go to 3. Look over here. We're going to use the D-clutch button, put it in. Let's go to 2. Make sure our loader is up. That's not bad. Look at the raising on this loader is not bad. We're at idle, and it's actually not too bad at all. Actually, for idle, I actually thought it'd be a little bit slower, but that bucket is raising up pretty quickly. Not bad. Okay, so let's drop this thing into drive here, and let's go for a quick ride. So if you look on the dash, you'll see it has a Ford on it. Back to neutral, reverse, forward. It's fairly smooth. Steering feels good. You know, the thing about it, the steering feels good. It doesn't have that. Mine has a whine in it. This 573 has a whine in it. This one here, I don't hear any kind of weird gurgling whine. Mine has that in it. I don't know what that is. They say it's just a hydraulic noise, which it probably is. I've heard hydraulic noises sound like that before, but this one here is a little quieter. So the cab on this tractor is fairly comfortable. It has a good ride to it. It's smooth. It doesn't feel cramped in here. It's smaller than my 573, but that's to be expected. This is a MT4 series. If it was an MT3 series, it would be even a little bit smaller, but it's nice. Let's shift gears here. Let's go to 3rd. Yep, not bad. 1st gear with the D-clutch button. That's 2nd gear right there. Try not to run into something. There's 3rd gear with the D-clutch button. And 4th gear. All this is in range 3. I want to set this switch to on. Here on the dash it says brake control link function is activated. I'm going to just step on the brakes, and that's it. The tractor came to an immediate stop. We are still in forward here. We're still in gear. I am not on the clutch. I'm gonna let go. And then we take off. That's actually pretty cool, especially if you're in a tight area working and you need to get stopped really fast for something. And I don't know about you guys, but sometimes just because you're human, you jump on the brake real quick to come to a stop and the tractor doesn't stop. And so that's kind of a neat feature to have. So the LS MT473, this is a nice tractor. I do like it. It's on my high. It's on high on my list of tractors that I like. The LS has done a really nice job to this. I guess I can complain about something. I don't like the plastic that's over the self-leveling loader parts. I don't like that. But it's not a deal breaker. I just don't like it. And other than that, the tractor's pretty nice. I like the way it drives. I like the way it feels. I'm comfortable in it. I would prefer an air ride seat, I guess I could say that, over the suspension seat, but this suspension seat is not a total loss. It's comfortable. It's a little low for me. I need it to be a little bit higher, and I need to push the seat back a little bit. There is adjustments on this seat to move it though. They can actually go forward a little bit, or it can go back a little bit. And it looks like to me it's all the way back right now. And I'm 6'4". Bad hips, bad knees. I don't fit too well in a lot of stuff because I'm just too big. But it's a nice tractor. Again, I can't tell you enough how much we appreciate you guys tuning into the channel. But until next time, thanks. Let's hook that up to this thing and see if it'll pull it.